Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how to crochet this beautiful lilac fit sweater dress. It's so difficult to come up with the name, and thanks to my husband to help me come up with this name. When I wear this sweater dress, I feel so relaxed. That's why we come up with this name. It's perfect. And yeah, thanks to my husband. I have free written pattern for size extra small go up to double XL. It's available on my blog, but if you prefer the PDF printable version, it's available for purchase on my Etsy and my Ravelry store, and I will put all the link in description below. For this sweater dress, you can wear like a sweater or you can wear like a dress. But if you want to wear like a dress, I recommend you add a few more rows if you want a little longer, but whatever you prefer. Okay, it's very easy to adjust the sizes. And for this tutorial, I'm gonna show you inside small, and I hope you enjoy. Here is the materials that you will need for this project. For this project, you will need fingering weight yarn superfine number 1. Okay, for me, I use this brand loops and threads, Woolike. Okay, and this is 678 yards or 620 meter per each skein. So for size small, the size that I'm making, I use the whole 2 skeins. I just have a little bit left. Yes, I use 2 skeins for this project, which is size small. Okay, so see, this is the yarn number 1, super fine. And here is the color, golden yellow. Alright, and then I use 2 different crochet hooks. The main hook that I use is size 4 millimeters, and the other one is size 2.5 millimeters. I use this hook for the cuff of the sleeve only. For this one, 2.5 one. See, this is gonna be the cuff for the sleeve. And other than that, I use size 4 millimeter hook. Okay, and then you will need scissors, yarn needle, and stitch markers. And please check in description below for more details. Before we start, I just want to talk about the pattern a little bit. So for this sweater, we're gonna make 4 separate pieces and then sew them together. So we're gonna make the back and the front panel exactly the same, and 2 sleeves exactly the same. And for the back and the front, like I said, is make the same. And then the chain that you make gonna be the width of this sweater, the width across back, okay, from here to here, not around. Alright, so for the size small, the size that I'm gonna show you in this tutorial is 20 inches width from here to here across. Okay, and for the length from the bottom all the way up here is 24.8 inches length. Alright, and I will tell you exactly how you can make it wider or smaller or longer. Don't worry, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna crochet. And yeah, after I make the chain, I'm gonna crochet back and forth, repeat the pattern. And then for the last row, gonna be the shoulder part. Okay, so for the shoulder part, I'm gonna crochet here, and I will tell you exactly how many stitches that I crochet. And after I have that amount of the stitches that I'm gonna crochet, I'm gonna cut the yarn and leave a long tail. Okay, and then I'm gonna skip the stitches at the middle here for the neckline, and then add the new yarn into the next stitch and then keep crochet this shoulder. And also I'm gonna leave a long tail at the end. So for the long tail that I leave for both shoulders, I'm gonna use that tails to sew the back and the front panel together at the shoulder. Okay, and after that you're done, and you need to make 2 of these exactly the same, but only thing different is you need to leave the long tail just one panel only, but both shoulders. Okay, see, this panel make exactly the same, but at the end here at the shoulders you don't need to leave a long tail. All right, and after that, after you have this 2 panel, we're gonna make the sleeve. And for the sleeve, like I said, it's make exactly the same. So for the sleeve, I'm gonna start make the chain right here. Make the chain. So here I cut this way. It's not increase or not decrease. Okay, it's just like kinda ripping. That's why I cut this shape. Actually, it's just straight. Okay, don't worry. This is just some idea. So anyway, I gonna crochet this way. I gonna make the chain and then crochet back and forth, and I will tell you exactly how many rows you should make. Okay, after that you're gonna turn this side and don't cut the yarn, and we will start crochet the sleeve part. Crochet this side, back and forth. Okay, and yeah, and at the end you're gonna leave a long tails for sewing this sleeve into the back and the front panel. Alright, so after you have 4 pieces, we're gonna sew the back and the front panel together at the shoulder seam like this, and use the long tail that we left earlier for sewing. And it doesn't matter which panel you choose to be the front or the back, because they are the same. So after you sew this shoulder, you're gonna bring the sleeve, put it like this, and the other sleeve, put it like this, and then sew the sleeve into the back and the front panel like this. We're gonna sew on the wrong side. Okay, and after that you're gonna fold your sweater in half like this, like this, like this. Okay, and we're gonna cut a new strand of yarn and start sew from the bottom here all the way up until you reach the armpit, and then continue sew all the way down till you reach the end here. Okay, both sides sew exactly the same. Again, we're gonna sew on the wrong side. And also, all the sewing part, you can use any method you prefer. Alright, this is how the pattern is work. So the sleeve for this sweater, I decided to be like a 3/4 sleeve. If you want longer, you keep adding more rows. And if you want shorter, you make less row. Same as this sweater, the panel part. And I will tell you exactly how you can do that. Alright, and I'll show you this stitch pattern here real quick. And for this pattern is multiple of 2 plus 3. If you don't know what is multiple of 2 plus 3, so you're gonna make 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains, and at the end you're gonna add 3 more chains. That is multiple of 2 plus 3. Okay, if you want longer, you keep adding more chain, but make sure you will have 2 chain, 2 chain, 2 chain, and at the end you add 3 more chains. All right, and this is 2 row repeat, which is row 2 and 3, and after that you repeat the same row 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. All right, see, if you want longer top, longer than this, you keep adding more rows, but make sure you repeat row 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, like that. But if you want shorter, you make less repeat, make less row. All right, and again, the sleeve part here is the same pattern as this top. Okay, and for this little swatch here, it's the same kind of yarn, everything the same but just different color. I just want to make sure that I tell you that. Okay, I think I got everything here, and also you can check out in description below for all the details. Okay, and for this tutorial gonna be part 1, And for the part 1, I'm gonna show you how to crochet all the pieces, which is the front and the back and 2 sleeves. Alright, and then for the part 2, I will show you how to sew all the pieces together. And let's get started. Okay, to start, I'm gonna make a slip knot first. And like I said, this pattern is multiple of 2 plus 3. So the multiple of 2 plus 3, you're gonna make 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains, 2 chains. And at the end, you're gonna add 3 more chains. For me, for size small, I'm gonna make 97 chains. That is multiple of 2 plus 3. So I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna keep making the chains until I have 97 chains, and make sure to make your chain loosely, and I will be back. Now I have 97 chains, pretty long. And then row 1 gonna be the right side, the odd number row gonna be the right side, and for an even number row gonna be the wrong side. So row 1 is the right side. We're gonna skip 3 chains, and then into the next chain we're gonna make 1 double crochet, and the first 3 chains that we skip is count as 1 double crochet. So we skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. So we skip 1, skip 2, skip 3, and then into the next chain we're gonna make 1 double crochet. Actually, 4th chain from the hook. So we're gonna skip 1, skip 2, and skip 3, and then into the next chain we're gonna make 1 double crochet. So I yarn over my hook, so I skip 3 chain, and then into the next chain I'm gonna insert my hook in there. So with the so skip 1, skip 2, and skip 3, and then make 1 double crochet into the next chain, which is the 4th chain from the hook. Okay, so I yarn over my hook, insert my hook into the 4th chain from the hook, skip 3 chain here, and I always like to go into the little bump on the back of the chain stitch here, right here. And also you can go into the normal chain stitch as well, whatever you prefer. So I insert the hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on my hook, I yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now I have 2 double crochet because the first 3 chain that we skip count as 1 double crochet. Okay, we're just gonna make 1 double crochet into each chain across. So I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the next chain, and again I like to go into the little bump on the back of the chain. Right here. Sometimes difficult to see. Right here, okay? Insert my hook there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And repeat that. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain. Again, I go into the little bump on the back of the chain. Right here. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Repeat that. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain. I go into the little bump again. Right here. Pull up a loop and make a double crochet. Like that. Repeat that. Yarn over, insert the hook into next chain. I go into the little bump again. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult to insert the hook into, but take your time. Right there. Pull up a loop and make a double crochet. Yarn over, insert the hook into the next chain. I go into the little bump again, right here. Like that. Okay? So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So far I have 7 double crochet stitches. You're gonna keep making 1 double crochet into each chain across. And the reason I go into the little bump on the back of the chain stitch is give me very nice edge at the bottom here. And again, whatever you prefer, you can go into the normal chain stitch. as well. No right or wrong, okay? Whatever make you happy. And let me point out for you real quick here. The little bump, sometimes it's difficult to insert the hook into. So for my next chain, gonna be this one, but into the little bump, it'll be this bump. See, this is the next bump. And this is the next bump. Okay. This is the next bump. This is the next bump. Like that. This yarn a little bit difficult to see. I just want to make sure you see what I insert the hook into. Okay, so yeah, I will meet you guys back in when I reach the end of row 1. I'm at the end of row 1 and I have 95 double crochet stitches, includes the first 3 chain that we skipped to. Okay, 95 double crochet. And for row 2, we're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And the first 3 chains count as 1 double crochet, and then this 4th chain here count as 1 chain space. Okay, so we're gonna skip the next stitch here and make 1 double crochet into the next. So I yarn over my hook, skip the next stitch, insert the hook into the next, and make a double crochet. Like that. And then chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. So I yarn over, skip the next, and make double crochet into the next. And just repeat that. Chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Oops. Just keep repeating that. Chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Okay, so far I have 6 double crochet stitches and 5 chain 1 spaces. Okay, and you're gonna keep repeating that. You're gonna chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. Repeat that until the end. Okay, and then I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 2. I'm at the end of row 2 here, but I haven't made the last double crochet yet. I just want to show you. I already chain 1 here, and next I'm gonna skip the next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain. Okay, remember when we skip 3 chains, right into that 3rd chain here, you're gonna make the last double crochet in there. So I chain 1 here already. I'm gonna yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain right here. Right here. Pull up a loop. Oops, sorry. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, and make the last double crochet like that. And the end of row 2, I have total of 48 double crochet stitches and then 47 1 chain spaces. So when you count the double crochet, you just count the double crochet like this. Okay, so this 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. And then you also gonna count the first 3 chain as 1 double crochet as well. Okay, and then for the 1 chain space, you're gonna count the chain 1 that you made, the 1 chain space. So here is 1 chain space, 2 chain space, 3 4 5 6 7 8, like that. Okay, that's how you count. I'm pretty sure you know how to count it, but I just want to make sure. Okay, for row 3, you're gonna chain 3. 1 2 and 3, and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And the first 3 chains always count as 1 double crochet, and you always gonna make the last stitch into the 3rd chain. Okay, so for the row 3, after you chain 3 and turn, you're gonna make 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space here. So I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the 1 chain space, pull up a loop and make a double crochet. So far row 3 I have 2 double crochet here, okay, and then double crochet into the double crochet stitch, yarn over, insert the hook into the double crochet stitch here and make a double crochet, oops, sorry, like that, and then double crochet into the 1 chain space. Just repeat that, double crochet into the double crochet stitch, double crochet into the 1 chain space, double crochet into the double crochet stitch, and double crochet into the 1 chain space, like that. Here's what this looks like so far. You're gonna keep repeating this pattern. Next, you're gonna make 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch, and next 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space, and then 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch, 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space. Repeat that until the end, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 3. I'm at the end of row 3, but I haven't made the last 2 double crochet yet. Just want to show you, when your work is look like this, you need to make 1 double crochet into the last chain 1 space, and then 1 double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain. Okay, so I need to make 2 more double crochet to finish row 3. So I yarn over hook, insert the hook into this last chain 1 space, pull up a loop and make a double crochet. Okay, and then I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain here. See, this is the 1st chain, 2nd chain and 3rd chain. Yarn over hook, insert the hook into the 3rd chain, pull up a loop and make a double crochet. Okay, and the end of row 3, I have total of 95 double crochet stitches, includes the first 3 chains. Always count the first 3 chains as 1 double crochet. So I recommend you guys to count your stitches every row so you're not increased or decreased by accident. And like I said, this pattern is 2 row repeat, which is row 2 and row 3. And for me, I gonna repeat row 2 and row 3 29 more times, and I will have total of 61 rows. Start count from row 1 here. I will have 61 rows. And if you want shorter, you repeat row 2 and row 3 less times, okay? And if you want longer, even you want to make a dress, you keep repeating row 2 and 3 over and over. But make sure you're gonna repeat this 2 row, which is row 2 and row 3. 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, like that. Let me show you here real quick. See here, this is row 2 and row 3, and then row 2 and row 3, row 2 and row 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, like that, over and over. Okay, so for row 4, we're gonna repeat row 2, right? You're gonna start with 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 3 chain count as 1 double crochet, and this 1 chain, which is the 4th chain, count as 1 chain space, and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And then you're gonna skip the next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next, and then chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next, and then just repeat that, chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Just keep repeating that, make it same as row 2. Alright, and yeah, keep repeating this. Next, you're gonna chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. Repeat that until the end, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 4. I'm at the end of row 4 here, and I also make the last double crochet into the last stitch here, which is the 3rd chain. Okay, and I have total of 48 double crochet stitches and 47 1 chain spaces it's the same amount of the stitches on row 2 because we repeat row 2. Okay, and again, please count your stitches. And for row 5, we're gonna repeat row 3, which is chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And the first 3 chains always count as 1 double crochet. And turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And then make 1 double crochet into 1 chain space right here. And then 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. And 1 double crochet into 1 chain space. 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. Like that. 1 double crochet into 1 chain space. 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. See? It's make the same as row 3. Everything the same. So next, you're gonna make 1 double crochet into 1 chain space, 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch, 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space, 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. Repeat that across, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 5. I'm at the end of row 5, but I haven't made the last 2 double crochet yet. I just want to show you one more time. So I'm gonna make 1 double crochet into the last 1 chain space, and then 1 double crochet into the last stitch. Okay, so I yarn over, insert the hook into the last chain 1 space, and make the double crochet. And then make the last double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain here. Right here. Okay, at the end of row 5, I have total of 95 double crochet stitches. Okay, and yeah, please count your stitches. I highly recommend that. And yeah, this is how the pattern repeat. And you're just gonna keep repeating row 2 and row 3 over and over. Okay, so next row 6, you repeat row 2, row 7, you repeat row 3, row 8, repeat row 2, row 9, repeat row 3, like that. Okay, keep repeating row 2 and 3 over and over. I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 and row 3 until I have 61 rows, and I will be back. And then for row 62 gonna be the final row, and we're gonna create this shoulder part on row 62. All right, and yeah, I will meet you guys back in when I reach the end of row 61, and good luck. Now I repeat row 2 and row 3 until I have total of 61 rows. This is the end of row 61. Okay, I show you here, pretty long. This is the end of row 61, and then for row 62 gonna be the final row. And then we're gonna make this shoulder part. Okay, we're gonna crochet, and then we're gonna cut the yarn, and then skip the stitches at the middle for the neckline, and then add the new yarn, and then crochet the rest. And I will tell you exactly how many stitches you should make. Okay, don't worry. Alright, so this is the end of row 61. And for row 62, you're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the first 3 chains count as 1 double crochet, and this 1 chain here count as 1 chain space. Okay, and then I turn, and then skip the next stitch and make double crochet into the next. So I yarn over hook, skip the next, insert the hook into the next, and make a double crochet like that. So far I have 2 double crochet, okay, and 1 chain space. And then I'm gonna chain 1, skip next stitch, and make 1 double crochet into the next, and just repeat that. Chain 1, skip next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next, like that. Just keep repeat that. Chain 1, skip next stitch, and make double crochet into the next, like that. Okay, you're just gonna keep repeating this pattern. You're gonna chain 1, skip next stitch, and make double crochet into the next. Just repeat that until you have total of 14 double crochet stitches and 13 chain 1 space. So again, this is for size small. Every size is different. I tell you exactly in written pattern how many double crochet should you have before you cut the yarn and how many chain 1 space should you have before you cut the yarn. Okay, for size small, you're gonna keep repeating this pattern until you have 14 double crochet stitches and then 13 1 chain space. So far I have 1 2 3 4 5. I have 5 double crochet stitches so far and 4 chain 1 spaces. Okay, I'm gonna keep repeating chain 1, skip next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next. Okay, until I have 14 double crochet, and I will be back. Okay, now I have 14 double crochet stitches here and 13 1 chain spaces. So I'm pretty sure you know how to count this, but I just want to show. So don't forget to count the first 3 chain as 1 double crochet. Okay, so here I have 1 double crochet, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 and 14. I have 14 double crochet stitches and then 13 1 chain spaces. So here is the first chain space. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13. I have 13 chain 1 spaces and 14 double crochet stitches, and after that I'm gonna cut the yarn. Okay, and like I showed you earlier, just one panel that you need to leave a long tails at the shoulders. Okay, so I already leave a long tails in this panel for both shoulder. So see here, I have the long tail here at the shoulder here and also this shoulder. So both shoulder in this panel I leave a long tails already. So in this panel, both shoulder, I don't need to leave a long tail. And then I just gonna cut the yarn just enough to weave in the end later. Cut the yarn and pull the yarn out like that. And then I gonna skip 41 stitches at the middle for the neckline. Okay, so I gonna count from this first stitch here. Okay, so here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 and 41. Okay, skip 41 stitches and then into the next stitch we're gonna add a new yarn, which is right here. So I insert the hook into the next stitch here. So see, I skip 41 here at the middle. All right, insert the hook into the next stitch and then bring the new yarn and then hold on the back and yarn over with the new yarn and pull up a loop like that. You can use any method you prefer for adding new yarn. That's what I use. And then I'm gonna chain 4. 1 2 3 and 4. The first 3 chain count as 1 double crochet, and then this 4th chain count as 1 chain space. Alright, and then I'm gonna skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. So I yarn over my hook, skip the next, insert the hook into the next and make a double crochet, and then chain 1, skip the next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Repeat that, chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip next stitch and make double crochet into the next. Alright, you're gonna keep repeating that until the end. And the last stitch that you're gonna make the double crochet into always gonna be the 3rd chain. Alright, and I will be back. Okay, now I'm at the end here. I just gonna cut the yarn. Again, don't need to leave a long tail for this panel for me. Okay, because the other panel I already leave a long tails. So just cut a little bit, just enough to weave in the end later, and then pull the yarn out, and we're done. So see here, we have this shoulder part, and also we have a neckline, which is right here, right? So yeah, you need, oh, one thing, and in this shoulder I also have the same amount of the stitches on this shoulder, which is 14 double crochet stitches and 13 one chain spaces. Okay, and now if you want wider, bigger neck hole, you can crochet less stitches, but make sure you will have the same amount of these stitches on each panel, oh sorry, in each shoulder, because you want it even. Okay, but if you want smaller neck hole, you crochet more stitches, and also make sure both shoulder is have the same amount of the stitches. That's all important thing. Okay, so yeah, so now I'm done with my panels. So you need 2 panels, exactly the same. Just one thing is different. In one panel you just need to leave a long tails at the shoulders, okay, and the other panel you don't need to leave a long tail at all. And other than that, you make exactly the same. Alright, so after you make 2 panels, you come back and I show you how to make the sleeve. Okay, before we make the sleeve, I just gonna show you one of my sleeve real quick, because both sleeve make the same, of course. Yeah, anyway, so we will start make the cuff first and then make the sleeve later. And for the cuff, we're gonna make this way. Okay, we're gonna make the chain and crochet back and forth. Okay, and I will tell you exactly how many rows you should make for the cuff. And after that, you're gonna turn your work like this and start make the sleeve. Start make double crochet and start back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, here's what this look like. And then at the end, you're gonna add, sorry, at the end you're gonna leave a long tails enough to sew the sleeve into the sweater. Don't worry, I will tell you everything. Okay, this is some idea. So after you finish make the sleeve, it'll look like this. After you sew everything, I mean, see, this look like sleeve now. Like that. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start make the cuff first. Like I said, we're gonna make this direction, crochet back and forth. Okay, and for the cuff I use crochet hook size 2.5 millimeters because I want the cuff tighter. Okay, and then the rest of the sleeve I use size 4 millimeter crochet hook. Okay, so yeah, start with the cuff, start with 2.5 millimeter hook. So I bring the new yarn here and then make a slip knot, and I gonna make the chain I make gonna be the length of the cuff. Okay, if you want longer cuff, you make more chains. It's no multiple, whatever chain you wanna make, totally up to you. So I gonna make 31 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will be back when I have 31 chains. Okay, now I have 31 chains. So row 1 gonna be the right side. For odd number row gonna be the right side, and for an even number row gonna be the wrong side. So row 1 is the right side. You're gonna make 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook and then into each chain across. So this is the first chain here, this is the second chain. I'm gonna insert my hook into the second chain and make a single crochet. So I insert the hook, pull up a loop. I have 2 loops on my hook. I yarn over and pull through both loops like that. So insert the hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. So for the cuff, I just insert into the normal chain stitch. I'm not gonna go into the little bump because we're gonna sew this part later, so it doesn't matter. And whatever you prefer, again. And yeah, just repeat that. I insert the hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops, like that. Just repeat that. Insert the hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. Insert the hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops. You're gonna keep repeating that until the end of row 1, and I will be back. I'm at the end of row 1. I have 30 single crochet stitches. Okay, so see, we're right here, right now, like that. Alright, so for row 2, I'm gonna chain 1 and turn, or you turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And the chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. And then we're gonna make 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch across. Okay, so after I chain 1 and turn, I'm gonna make 1 single crochet into the back loop of the first stitch here. I insert the hook into the back loop only, pull up a loop and make the first single crochet of row 2. And then make 1 single crochet into each back loop across. So next back loop here, next stitch here, but into the back loop here, like that. Pull up a loop and make a single crochet. Okay, and then single crochet into the next stitch, right into the back loop only, like this one. Insert the hook, pull up a loop and make a single crochet, and then make single crochet into the next stitch, back loop only, right here, like that. Just repeat that. Insert the hook into next stitch, right into the back loop, like that, and make a single crochet. Okay, insert the hook into the next stitch, into the back loop only, and make a single crochet, like that. You just keep repeating that. Oops, sorry. Okay, let me show you one more time. So next stitch here, this is the both loops, this is the front, this is the back. That back loop you need to make a single crochet, and then this next back loop, next back loop, and next back loop. Okay, keep making 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch across, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 2. I'm at the end of row 2 here. I have the same amount of these stitches, which is 30 stitches, 30 single crochet. Okay, from now on, you're just gonna repeat row 2. I show you one more row. Do exactly the same as row 2. So you're gonna chain 1 and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And then make 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch across. So the first stitch here, back loop right here. That is the back loop. Insert the hook there, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops, like that. And then single crochet into the next stitch, into the back loop, right there. Okay, insert the hook into the next back loop and make a single crochet. Insert the hook into the next back loop, right there, and make a single crochet. Insert the hook into the next back loop right here and make a single crochet, like that. Okay, just keep making 1 single crochet into each stitch, each back loop only, always gonna be into the back loop, like that. Okay, and yeah, see, it's the same pattern, and you're gonna keep making 1 single crochet into each back loop across, and at the end you're gonna have the same amount of these stitches, which is 30 stitches. Whatever you start with, if you make 40 stitches, and every row you should have 40 stitches, and make sure to count your stitches so you're not increase or decrease by accident. So yeah, just repeating row 2 over and over. So after you, at the end of row 3, you're gonna chain 1 and turn, start row 4, repeating row 2, 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch across, and then row 5 you chain 1 and turn and make 1 single crochet into each back loop across, just repeating row 2. Okay, so for size small I gonna repeat row 2 until I have total of 61 rows. Okay, see, from here to here I have 61 rows. This is for size small. Every size is different. And yeah, good luck. Take your time. It's so small. Sometimes it's difficult to see the loops, the back loop. Alright, take your time, count your stitches, and I will meet you guys back in when I reach the end of row 61. Okay, now I repeat row 2 until I have 61 rows. This is the end of row 61. Okay, for the cuff. And again, this is for size small. And then after I have 61 rows, I gonna turn my work this way, and I gonna start making the sleeve. Okay, so see, we crochet the cuff this way, right? And then when I gonna start make the sleeve, I turn my work this way, and then I gonna chain my crochet hook as well. So I gonna use my 4mm crochet hook for this sleeve. Okay, so I take this one out, take this one in. Let me show you here. So see here, next we're gonna make this row. I'll call this row 1 for the sleeve. Alright, and then we're gonna crochet the first row of the sleeve into the end of each row when we make the cuff. So I have 61 rows for the cuff. I should have 61 double crochet stitches on this side. See here, I crochet into the end of each row. See, I show you slowly, don't worry. So yeah, this is the end of row 61, and for the sleeve it's gonna be the first row. I gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and the first 3 chains always count as 1 double crochet. And again, I turn my work this side. So this first 3 chain already count as 1 double crochet, so this 3 chain belong to this row. Okay, so next stitch that you're gonna make the double crochet into gonna be this one, which is the end of next row, right here, and the next gonna be right here, and next gonna be right here, and next gonna be right here. Okay, you see here, this line, into that line you have two rows in there. See, this line it's have 2 rows, and this line is have 2 rows. Next, I gonna make 1 double crochet into next stitch here, which is the end of next row right here. So I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into next stitch here. It's difficult to insert the hook into because it's a little tight, because we use smaller hook for the cuff. Take your time. Okay, so after I insert the hook, I pull up a loop, and then I yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then next stitch gonna be this one right here. So I yarn over, insert the hook into next stitch right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. See, so far I have 3 double crochet, and then next stitch gonna be right here. If it's difficult to see, you can open it out so you can see better. So yeah, I yarn over, insert the hook into the next stitch here, right here, pull up a loop and make a double crochet, and the next stitch gonna be right here, right here, like that. See, next stitch gonna be right here. Oops, right here. And the next stitch gonna be right here, like that. See, here's what this look like. See, in each line, like I tell you, it have 2 rows in there. So see, I have 2 rows into this line, so I have 2 double crochet here, and then I have 2 rows in this line, and I have 2 double crochet here, and I have 2 rows in this line, and I have 2 double crochet here, and this line I just have 1 row in there. See, so I have 3 chain here, covers 1 double crochet. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, sorry, it's difficult to see. And let me show you again in here. As you can see here, see that line, it have 2 double crochet in there because it have 2 rows. See? Yeah, take your time, go slowly, make sure you don't miss any stitches. And yeah, I'm gonna keep making 1 double crochet into each stitch, which is the end of each row. I call that each stitch, okay? And I should have 61 double crochet stitches, includes the first 3 chains, because I have 61 rows of the cuff. And yeah, I will be back when I reach the end of row 1 for the sleeve. Good luck, take your time. I'm at the end of row 1 here, and I have 61 double crochet stitches, includes the first 3 chain, because I have 61 rows for the cuff. Again, I just want to make sure. Okay, and for row 2, so this is the right side. Okay, so for row 2 gonna be the wrong side. I gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and for 3 chain count as 1 double crochet, and this 1 chain here count as 1 chain space, and then turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter, and then skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. So yarn over, skip the next, insert the hook into the next, and make a double crochet, and then chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next, and chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. Just repeat that pattern. Chain 1, skip next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next, right here. It's the same pattern when we make the front and back panel. Okay, so I chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next, right here, like that. It's the same pattern. Oops. So next, you're gonna chain 1, skip next stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1 stitch and make 1 double crochet into the next. Repeat that until the end, and I will meet you guys back in when you reach the end of row 2. I'm at the end of row 2, but I haven't made the last double crochet yet. I just want to show you. So I already chain 1 here, and next I'm gonna make the last double crochet into the 3rd chain here. Skip the next stitch. Okay, so I yarn over, insert the hook into the 3rd chain right here, right here. If you not see, you can turn as well and count the change. So here is the 1st chain, 2nd chain, and 3rd chain, right into the 3rd chain, right here. Make the last double crochet like that. And the end of row 2, I have total of 31 double crochet stitches and 31 chain spaces. Again, this is for size small. And for row 3, I'm gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. And the first 3 chains always count as 1 double crochet. and then I'm gonna make 1 double crochet into 1 chain space here. Yarn over, insert the hook into the 1 chain space and make the double crochet, and then double crochet into the double crochet stitch, and then double crochet into the 1 chain space and double crochet into the double crochet stitch, double crochet into the 1 chain space, double crochet into the double crochet stitch, like that. Just keep repeating that. Like I said, it's the same pattern as front and back panel. Okay, so next you're gonna make 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space, and then 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch, 1 double crochet into the 1 chain space, 1 double crochet into the double crochet stitch. Repeat that until you reach the end of row 3, and I will be back. I'm at the end of row 3 here, but I haven't made the last 2 double crochet yet. I just want to show you. So I need to make 1 double crochet into the last 1 chain space, and then 1 double crochet into the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain. Okay, so I'm gonna yarn over, insert the hook into the last 1 chain space here, pull up a loop and make a double crochet, and then make 1 double crochet into the last stitch, right into the 3rd chain right here. Okay, the end of row 3, I have total of 61 double crochet stitches. Alright, and like I said, this pattern is the same as the front and the back panel, which is 2 row repeat, row 2 and row 3. Alright, so now I can now repeat row 2 and 3 11 more times, and I will have total of 25 rows. Start count from row 1 here. Okay, I will have 25 rows after I repeat row 2 and 3 11 more times. This is a 3/4 sleeve, and if you want to make longer sleeve, keep repeating row 2 and row 3 more over and over, okay, until you have your desired length. And if you want shorter, you repeat row 2 and row 3 less. Alright, for me, I gonna repeat row 2 and row 3 11 more times. Let me show you here. Here's my sleeve I already make here. See, pretty short. And like I said, whatever you want to make, whatever you prefer, make longer or shorter, is totally up to you. See, 2 row repeat, row 2 and row 3, row 2 and row 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3, like that. Okay? Alright, so I'm pretty sure you know how to do this pattern because it's the same as the front and the back. So, row 4, I repeat row 2, which is chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And for 3 chains, always count as 1 double crochet, and the 4th chain here, 1 chain here, count as 1 chain space, and turn and skip the next stitch, make 1 double crochet into the next. I just want to show you a couple more stitches, and then I chain 1, skip the next, 1 double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip the next, 1 double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip the next, 1 double crochet into the next, like that. See? Just repeat row 2. Alright, and yeah, just keep repeating this, and please count your stitches every row so you not increase or decrease by accident. So you can see my sleeve, it's kind of like wider open like that. It looks like bigger, right? But actually it's not bigger because the cuff, the way I make 1 single crochet into the back loop of each stitch, make it look like kind of ribbon, make it smaller. But if I straight out, it look like that. And also I use smaller hook, so I'm not increased at all. Okay, keep that in mind. See here. Alright, so yeah, I gonna keep repeating row 2 and row 3 until I have total of 25 rows, and I will be back. Good luck. Okay, now I repeat row 2 and row 3 until I have 25 rows. Start count from row 1 here, okay? I have 25 rows, and this is the end of row 25. And after that, you need to cut the yarn. I already cut my yarn. I leave about 40 inches long, enough to sew this sleeve into the back and the front panel. Alright, so after I cut the yarn here, I'm gonna pull the yarn out into this loop here. Like that, and we're done with the sleeve. So you need to make 2 of this exactly the same, okay? After you have 2 of these, and next we're gonna sew the back and the front panel, and I will show you how to do that in the part 2. And I will see you in the part 2.